So something a little bit different today. This is something I made, I can't remember, maybe 5 years ago. A bit less actually, 3 years ago. One of the first pieces I made from the walnut tree that I cut down on the Isle of Wight many years ago, before I had the big thickness planers in the shop. So a lot of this was, all of this was cut with a chainsaw. All of these panels, they're all loose panels. I just got my Domino XL, so instead of mortise and tenons, this was the first job that I did using domino joints, and to be honest, I never looked back. Before, I'd have been spending, I don't know, all of a day putting mortise and tenons in all of that. I've never had a tenoning machine, so I'd be chiseling that out by hand, doing it all hand cut. These I'd have been cutting on a bandsaw, the normal way. It would have just took forever. Anyway, so I got myself a Festool Domino to do this, a Domino XL, and this thing went up absolutely brilliantly. I wasn't doing YouTube then, so you didn't see it, unfortunately. Anyway, so I've moved home, as you all know, if you watch my channel, and this thing was designed for a massive 60-inch TV. It actually is a television cabinet, if you're wondering, with these sausages here. You can see the beautiful figure of the English walnut on there, absolutely lovely. Has twisted a bit over the time. It was right next to a fire in the other house, so it's not cool. I can fix that now. And then it has this really large motorized lift system in there with a remote, and that's how it opens this. TV goes up and down, opens this and closes that on its own with this little runner here, little skid. So today what I'm going to be doing is very carefully cutting these off. I'm going to be removing this panel and putting the leg, the end, here to reduce the length of the cabinet. In the new house, we just don't have space for a big cabinet like this, so I didn't really want to waste it or anything. I love the wood. The front and the back is exactly the same. All the panels were cut with chainsaw mill down to 10 mil and then hand sanded, so it has a really nice effect. It took a lot of time doing this, but it has a really nice effect not using a great big planer thicknesser. Very different look in the flesh, this piece, and really characterful wood. So I'm going to remove 2 panels and put this here. Pretty simple. All we've got is dominoes in there and there and there and there, and try and keep it together. Very carefully saw it apart and see what we can do. So before I break it down, I'm going to put a little brace in here to try and keep it nice and solid when I remove this one end. The way I'm going to deconstruct this, I'm going to try and find the domino, which is going to be in the middle. Okay, success. There we go. So this is what we look like here. The glue was so strong, look, it wouldn't release off there, and it actually broke that. This was the dominoes. So strong. This connection here, I wish I could remember what glue I used. It's probably Type 1, but it could have been Cascamite. I had quite a lot of Cascamite left on the island before I moved. But anyway, it's incredibly strong joint. Some beautiful bits there, really lovely, all English walnut. Okay, so for the next cut, I'm just going to cut through here, hopefully remove this piece, take that with it. I'm going to cut a bit bigger than I need, and then I'll measure up in a moment. that's that off. So the next stage is to clean this up where the saw mark is. It's only a few mil. I think I'm going to do, I have the luxury of this really wide planer now. It's actually wide enough to put this whole thing, a couple of little passes, and just tidy that right up. Okay, so pretty good fit just with a track saw. Do have a bit of a problem here where I'm not sure, you can just see a little bit of, I don't know if I caught that or it was a bit of rotten wood. So that's not going to look like a great joint. I'm just going to take a little bit off the inside, tiny bit. To encourage it to, you can see actually there where it never did. May be able to put it together a little bit simpler. So while I'm on this project, something else we could talk about is, can you have slightly blunt dominoes sharpened? So this one has been to the grinders with my router bits, and let's see, it wasn't hit, it didn't hit anything, so it didn't need any kind of re-tipping or anything like that. Just a real good sharpen, and let's see how well that performs. If it's too tight on the dominoes, I'm not sure, but this one's about 6 months old and we'll see how it goes. that's part one done. I've got the lid to alter. So that dries. Pretty good. It's okay. Restoration and repair work with the Domino is absolutely fantastic. You know, to do that to an already built cabinet, get that really strong joint like that is fantastic, really good. So next step is to cut the top down. Now I'm going to have to cut it off equally, unfortunately. I can't offset it because there's hinges inside. So small overhang. So nothing fancy, there's this little detail that I put on many years ago. I'm quite attached to it, so I've got the same router bit. I'm just gonna copy that in, so same. It's all finished. It's come out pretty good. I made this little wooden remote years ago to put the remote in to give me a bit more. Managed to get the TV at an angle as well for the room. So just thought I'd show you something a bit different, a bit more behind the scenes, slightly more mundane if you like work. But it's quite interesting how well the Domino performs as a tool for restoration. Really, really good. So much easier. I'm not going to adjust the top, which isn't quite flush at the moment. I'm going to let it settle in the room it's going to be in, because it's been in storage and it's been by fires before that. It may just settle back on its own. If not, I can just give it a run through the planer or just hand plane it. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.